And welcome to the Hall of Fame edition of Lenny's Place, brought to you by Hillendale Stallions. It's the best season of racing on both coasts, Del Mar and Saratoga going in full bloom. And as we put our best foot forward, why do we still have to deal with a criminal element that continues to give racing a black eye with the public? Brothers Joe and Billy Patton, the dumbest brother team since the Three Stooges, and not nearly as funny, have been arrested and charged with willfully scheming to hold back a horse while using an agent to place unusual bets. The race in question, and there really isn't much question, happened at Evangeline Downs last month. Just watch this race as these buffoons, plus another rider named LaShawn Conyers, who was also arrested, take their horses 15 lengths off the leaders, and then take turns virtually running one into a rail, interfering with one another, steering into one another's paths. What a circus this thing is. Then 3 weeks later, after the races on July 4th, these two brothers are arrested for unnaturally stimulating horses. In other words, possessing an electronic shocking device. They do this after one of them, Billy Patton, was suspended for 5 years for using a buzzer in the 1999 Arkansas Derby. And after Joe Patton incurred several suspensions for substance abuse and was arrested on 11 criminal counts. I realize some of these smaller circuits are the Wild West of horse racing where anything goes, but these incidents, you know, to me, they really point out the need to establish a major league circuit of racing where laws are actually followed and drugs are prohibited, a league that can proudly present itself to the public as being clean and transparent. Let the rest of these jurisdictions carry on however they want, without continuing to give black eyes to the sport. In the wake of American Pharoah and the Triple Crown, racing should be riding a wave, not having to suffer for the actions of clowns like these, who destroy the sport's credibility and who should not be allowed anywhere near a racetrack. I think Tom Amos is a really good guy. He's as intelligent a trainer as you're gonna meet, always a thoughtful interview, and a really talented horse trainer. And some people wanted to attack the Indiana Horse Racing Commission over a drug positive it called on Amos some 3 years ago. It was a very small quantity. Amos fought it, but Indiana persevered and recently suspended the trainer for 45 days, partly because of that positive, but also because Amos has had 3 other therapeutic drug overages in Kentucky in a 1-year span. Everyone wants to be tough on drug laws and penalties until they're applied to someone they like, or someone that trains for them, or someone who's popular or a leading trainer. So for this, I applaud Indiana for following through with the suspension. Everyone must be dealt with evenly, no matter who they are. Joining me now is a very proud papa, the trainer of Lava Man, who's going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame next week. Doug ONeill, thanks for coming by Lenny's Place.
Thank you. It's an honor. Thank you, Lenny.
Doug, I haven't done the research, but I'm going to guess this is your first trainee to make the Hall of Fame. How does that feel to be the trainer of a great horse who's going to be recognized like this?
It's such an amazing experience and something that I never thought I'd be fortunate enough to have. Yeah, it's, you know, as I look back on everything a Lava Man did for us at the barn, and it's, you know, what a wonderful horse, a once-in-a-lifetime type of horse, and so cool he's being honored by the Hall of Fame like this. So it's just a great experience.
Doug, obviously everybody knows the story. You claimed this horse, but you know, he became a fantastic Grade 1 performer. I think he knocked off about 7 Grade 1s for you. What was it? What was the one or two things that made him such a tough racehorse?
Well, obviously his soundness to be able to do what he did for so long is remarkable. And, he had that speed and stamina and class, which, you get extremely lucky if they got one of those strengths. But to have all three and to be able to sustain it as long as he did, that is what inks him as, a once-in-a-lifetime Hall of Fame horse.
Now, most horses that are great enough to go into the Hall of Fame, they get whisked away to a stud career or a broodmare career. Lava Man, you've been kind of fortunate because you get to keep him in your barn every day. Tell us what Lava Man does on a day-to-day basis, and how is it for you to have him around?
Oh, you're right, Lenny. We are so blessed, and I got to thank the Kenley family and the Jason Wood family who own Lava Man. And I was able to talk them into letting me keep him as a pony, and to be on a daily basis, to have him at the barn and him mentoring our young horses and our new claims. And it's hard to put into words, but he's still, a grade one performer for us on a daily basis. And, you see 4 or 5 horses that have never seen each other kicked out into a pasture, and within seconds, the pecking order has begun. And, we see that every day with Lava Man, and he just, he's a leader, a born leader, and he just really is good with still what he does. And it really just, it's him walking, chaperoning the horses back and forth from the track. And, you'll get babies bouncing off him, and he'll bounce right back off them and try to bite them, and you could see instantly they're like, oh my God, the hell is who's this guy? So they instantly respect him, and it's just a huge asset still on a daily basis.
I assume he still gets a lot of fans coming by to visit.
He probably gets a half a dozen people a week that still, come by. I think they're wanting to meet me, which I'm like, wow, I'm right here, and they're like, we don't want to see you. We're looking for the 4-legged. So, yeah, he still has so many fans. Even on his birthday, I don't even get cards from my family, and he gets carrot cakes and cookies and cards. And, yeah, he still has a lot of fans. And I think so many of us can relate to, him just coming from humble beginnings and winning grade ones. It's very cool.
Doug, it's probably a good thing that people aren't coming around looking for you, I think,
That's true. Usually they got a badge and a gun or something, handcuffs, but that's never good.
Hey, Doug, we, of course, saw Lava Man a few years ago here because he came with I'll Have Another and kind of chaperones him through the Triple Crown races. And, you've won the Derby and the Preakness with I'll Have Another. I was just curious whether going down the Triple Crown trail and watching American Pharoah this year, you had a little twinge that there, but for the sake of an injury before the Belmont, it could have been you.
Without a doubt. It's definitely, you got to take yourself out of the situation, because it was, after watching, I've seen American Pharoah train numerous times, and he's special, as we all know, and he does things that the normal horse could never dream of. And watching him win the Derby this year, I said, there's no way he's going to win the Triple Crown. And then watching him win the Preakness, I was like, uh-oh, he's going to do it. And, and it quickly, you fall into, this is our sport. This is what, these great horses provide such a wonderful life for all of us. And, to have a horse win the Triple Crown would just be great for our sport. And it really has been. I mean, I've got neighbors that have really, they know a little bit what I do, but now all they're talking about, how about American Pharoah? And he's really gotten our sport into the national talk, which only good horses can do. So I wish it was us, but maybe down the road we can add to the American Pharoah spreading the word of our great sport.
There you go. And speaking of that, Doug, give us a couple of 2-year-olds who look promising in the ONeill barn coming up.
We do. We've got son of Uncle Mo named Nyquist that broke his maiden rule impressively, and we're pointing him towards the August 8th best pal here at Del Mar. And God, I probably have about a half a dozen babies that haven't started yet that, give you that I'll have another feel. So it's just a matter of them, bringing the AM to the PM and having the class and the stability and the speed and stamina to be a good one that we don't know yet. But yeah, we're pretty excited about some babies here for sure.
Oh, that's great. I hope you have another. I'll have another in there. But in the meantime, big congratulations on Lava Man going to the Hall of Fame. You going back to Saratoga for that?
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to make it, but we've got the groom, his longtime groom, Noe Garcia, and his longtime exercise rider, Tony Romero, and then one of my main assistants, Sabas Rivera, who spent countless hours, converting Lava Man from the fast, amazing racehorse to the calm, tough coach that he is now as a pony. So got those three going. The owners are going. So he's going to be well represented. It's going to be a great day.
Good. Congratulations, Doug, and thanks for being here.
Thank you, Lenny. Take care.
All right, you too. Bye-bye. Want to thank trainer Doug ONeill for joining us today. Want to thank you, viewers. Want to thank our friends over at Hillendale Stallions. We'll be back with you with the next Lenny's Place in a couple of weeks. Till then, see you.